Welcome to Style Masterclass, the podcast that teaches women to look stylish and feel confident so that they can show up ready to conquer and slay no matter what size they are. I'm your host, Miss J. You ready? Hello. Welcome back to the Style Masterclass Podcast. I'm your host, Judith Gatan, aka Miss J. Today's topic may seem a little early, but it's strategically done. And it's based upon a worksheet that I'm creating exclusively for my People in Modern Charm School and my Style Masterclass program members. So I'm really excited to bring this topic to you today, all about how to transition your fall wardrobe, because I know that a lot of the fall previews are coming out in terms of advertising. So if you are on any retailer's mailing list, any big shopping retailer's mailing list, you're probably getting hit with fall preview, the fall edit, the fall collection, taste of fall, blah, 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 right? So you're kind of like, okay, we're not quite at fall yet. We have at least 20 something days, and depending on when you listen to this, left of summer. What the heck? Here's why. It's back to school shopping for most parents. So when back to school shopping happens, retailers know moms are already going to be looking. The human females are probably going to already be looking, or the people who buy clothes at your house are already going to be looking. So they're going to start to trickle you stuff that you also would be interested in. So it's kind of like everybody's going back to school shopping, including the adult human. So we start to get hit up with all of these lovely advertisements. It also corresponds with fall fashion runways, but I won't bore you with those kinds of details because that's not what we do here. So here's the kind of fun thing I want you to start to consider is as things start to cool, potentially where you live, depending on the seasons and the weather, as you start to see all these fall previews and you're inundated with all this information about new trends coming down the pipeline, new fads, new fashion, there's a few things I want you to keep in mind. So as always on this podcast, we're going to talk about style specifically and mindset and confidence. So I'm going to talk to you about the mindset. I would like to share with you some thoughts you can think about all this stuff as all this new information is going to be coming your way about what's going to be quote unquote in the season or the must-haves. And then I want to give you a practical way to transition your wardrobe. So first, I want to talk about mindset. In terms of mindset, I want you to consider the definition of style versus fashion. And I talked about this a little bit on the podcast before, but I think it needs some reiterating here, especially as you're now going to be inundated with all this marketing and all these influencers. People even follow on social media who are paid to sell you stuff as well. And I'm not dissing it. I think it's a great way to make a living. How fun is that they get to do that as their job? But you have to realize there's going to be a lot of information coming your way. When we think about fashion, fashion is external to us, right? So it's all those things that are happening out in the world. Fashion is the fads, the trends, the must-have lists, the editorials in magazines, the editorials from influencers that you love and follow and admire on the socials. That is all happening outside of you. And then there's style, which is personal. Style is the outward reflection of your thoughts and feelings about yourself. So as all this new information comes in and all these must-have lists, fall trends, fall wardrobe, fall capsule, blah, 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 take a deep breath. And remember, you don't have to do anything. You don't have to adopt any of these trends, any of these fads. You don't have to do anything because style is personal. So you get to decide always what your personal style will be in any given season. You get to decide what your personal style will be, regardless of what's happening outside in the world, in the fashion world of trends and must-have lists and editorials and trying to move product. You get to decide whether you want to try a fringe cowboy leather jacket. You get to decide whether you want to wear one of those really cute little boho hats that sit on the back of your head. You get to decide all of it because style is personal to you. What are your thoughts? What are your tastes? What are your preferences? Oftentimes I'm asked by my clients, like, does this look okay? Is it Miss J approved? And ultimately it doesn't matter. I'm not the one wearing your clothes. You are. So I want you to ask yourself, is this something I want to try? Is this something I like? Is this something I hate? And I'm kind of giggle at this current trend because it's like, who's wearing that? What is happening there, right? You totally get to decide whether it looks okay, whether it looks good, whether it's something you want to try or not. The person whose style matters the most is the woman wearing the clothes. What does she think? How does she feel? What does she want? Style is personal. So I want you to keep that in mind as you get inundated with all this stuff. You don't have to do anything, no matter what a must-have list tells you. You don't have to purchase all these items as if there was this prescriptive checklist so that you can declare yourself stylish. No, you can declare yourself stylish right now. And stylish women get to decide for themselves what they want to wear and what they don't. That's stylish. So keep that in mind as you get inundated with all this stuff. Now let's talk practical. And this is something directly from the worksheet that I'm going to be creating for my people. I've been thinking about it a lot. I have it mapped out. We just got to get the graphics done. And the fun thing about it is, I think this is super necessary. So as you start to transition your fall wardrobe in terms of a practical standpoint, and you are seeing all these trends and you see all this stuff coming in, you get to decide three things. Whether it keeps something in your existing wardrobe because you're going to continue to wear it from summer into fall. Whether we're going to store something because maybe our tropical dresses that we took on our Cabo vacation, we don't want to necessarily have in our New York fall, depending on where you live. I'm just using that as an example. And then you get to decide what you want to toss. What has lived a good life this summer? So I have a close friend who every summer she buys herself a new pair of Jimmy Choo sliders. They're sparkly on top, her foot slides in, and she wears these suckers to death every summer. And they get a little less usage. Now she lives in a place where it's warm most of the year. So they get usage, less usage, less usage. And then next summer, we toss the old ones, we buy new ones. And she's done this for years. For a lot of people, they wear the heck out of their summer sandals. And by the time fall rolls around, we know we can toss those suckers. Any bathing suit that has all kinds of pilling and we're probably not going to take on our winter resort vacation, yeah, we can toss that sucker. Anything that just, you sweated so much in it and it's kind of a little janky at this point, we can let go of that sucker. It's a perfect opportunity to refresh all of your tank tops, your camis, the things that sit closest to your body and absorb sweat. They probably lived a fantastic summer life. They lived their best life this summer. And maybe it's time to let those things go. Perfect opportunity to check on those undies and those bras. Now, that's a great thing in terms of toss. Now, how do we decide what we're going to keep? Well, remember, style is personal. So you're going to have some personal favorites that you're going to want to continue to wear as you transition to fall. If you have a favorite pair of jeans, you probably want to keep those suckers. If you have a great little pinafore dress, well, as we transition to fall, we could just layer a great top underneath, throw a cardigan over it, wear some tights underneath, your favorite summer dress, your favorite summer skirt. We can start to layer up and continue to wear it through the fall. So we probably want to keep those things and make sure they stay in our line of sight in our closet. Now, the stuff to store. Now, this is the part where things get tricky. So if you're in a climate where you have actual seasons, yeah, you might want to start to slowly transition the stuff that you're absolutely not going to wear in the fall or in the winter because it's just simply too cold to wear cute little cutoff shorts and little silk camis in the middle of the freaking winter. I mean, that's the reality. So we want to make sure those things get washed. Yes, you heard me. Make sure you wash everything before you store it. Store it like you would a museum archive. This is stuff you want to come back to next summer. So we want to make sure those things are well stored. The buttons are buttoned. Everything is crisp and nice and carefully laid away. We're not putting it in a garbage bag and sticking it in our attic or our garage, never to be heard from again, or to be like taken out and then sort of really worried about the condition of it next summer. No, we want to treat it like a museum archive. These are precious pieces we want to come back to. Now, here's the thing. As you start to store items, if you're kind of like, I can't be bothered to wash this, store it properly, and take good care of it to store it for a whole other year, chances are you probably don't want to keep that item. It served its purpose. Maybe we can let it move on, and you can too. So if you can't be bothered to store things wonderfully and well, then chances are you probably don't want to keep it and we can donate it at this point. So those are the criteria that I want you to start to think about. What am I going to keep because I want to layer it up and continue to wear it and enjoy it? What is time to store some items away? What will be stored away? And then obviously there's things that we're definitely going to want to toss. Here's the beauty of it. When we go through this little process, it makes life so much easier in terms of what will I buy? Because we've been thoughtful about what we've decided to toss. So we know what needs replacing, especially undershirts or things if we're going to layer. We know what we're storing. So we know we're not going to have on hand anymore. And we know what we're keeping. So we have this little tally in our mind, this running list, this inventory, if you will, of items that we can create outfits out of as we decide to bring in 1 or 2, possibly 3 new items for the fall. So if I'm going to buy a new shirt that maybe is a little more trendy, what other items in my closet that I'm keeping does it work well with? If I'm going to bring in a whole new trendy outfit, is there another way I can remix it with my existing wardrobe so that I'm shopping my closet and getting the most wear out of these new items that I'm bringing in? So remember, we're going to keep, we're going to store, and we're going to toss. That is our criteria, while always keeping in mind that style is personal. So you get to decide what is a must-have for you. See, clear and easy and simple. And this is really what I want to make style for everyone. I want style to be accessible and easy and simple. No crazy tricks or formulas or body shape nonsense here. Every woman can learn to love and dress the body she has right now. All right. So if you are kind of interested to learn more about what is this style made simple craziness and women loving and dressing the body they are in now, no diets or Spanx required, you can learn more about joining me in a challenge that's running from August 30th to September 5th. It's called the Style Clarity Challenge. We're going to be doing lives the entire week. There's a Facebook pop-up group, and I've had so much fun engaging with these ladies already. We're talking about people's fur babies, their favorite outfit from when they were little, getting ready playlist. And we've already added to the playlist that was created for this challenge. And y'all, it is epic. Like I've been listening to it. I'm just like, this is real. This has me feeling some kind of way. It's so good. So you definitely want to get in on the challenge. Go to judithgaton.com/style clarity. Thank you. Miss J out. Thank you for listening to today's episode. To learn more about how to work with me, go to judithgaton.com. Click on the Start Here button to get access to my free personal style class. I give you a quick style win, a confidence boost, and you walk away with the tools to start getting stylish. Who doesn't love that? See you there. Miss J out.